Ladies and gentlemen, resellers across all platforms, Pocket Change Podcast proudly presents episode 16 of the greatest reseller podcast in the world. It's Joe Philly Picker, Dan in Demand, and I'm Jimmy Old School Flips. What's going on, fellas?
What's up, boys?
Hello.
I'm as excited as I am. I was really excited right there. No,
You guys are Pocket Change. I'm not Pocket Change.
You're not Pocket Change.
He's still distancing himself from it.
I don't want anything to do with it.
You don't want anything to do with it. So let me get this straight. We call ourselves Pocket Change Podcast, Joe and I.
Yeah.
And then Dan, what do you call yourself then?
I don't know yet. I was trying to have an open discussion with you guys last week. You guys just ghosted me after.
We ghosted you? Wait. I ghosted you?
Yeah, I gave you guys. You guys gave in a suggestion, and then I trumped those real fast because people already have those names. And then I came up with one, and then I came up with one, and I was super excited about it. Jimmy just made a comment, and Joe, I never heard from Joe again until yesterday.
So I didn't ghost you. I said that looks good.
And that was
I
it.
like it.
No one else said anything.
No one else, meaning Joe. So Joe ghosted you.
Well, you said you liked it. You didn't say like you were into the. You didn't say you were particularly cared for the name. You just said that the graphic I put up was nice. You liked the graphic.
Yeah, I like the.
I'm going back in the text to figure this all out. Hold on.
And Joe
like the name,
but why Joe does that? We can talk about that later because we struggle with trying to make sure our listeners are excited about us. So we started because Jimmy, you said you had a reselling story. So we're gonna 2 minutes. 2 minutes for starting reselling.
It's so at the bins, and this happens often when you find something rare. So I found this like puppet. I wish I had it with me. It's upstairs. Dang it. No, actually, I left it in Sonia's car still, I think. But it's like Mr. Wiggles, which was like the mascot for. Speaking of mascots, we'll talk about that later. For Jello. Back in the day, like I'm gonna look it up. Like Mr. Wiggles, Jello puppet.
Who? Bill Cosby? I don't know. Are we allowed to say that?
We are. We do whatever we want on this podcast. We steal people's names.
We steal names. Yeah, exactly. So this Mr. Wiggles puppet, I'm gonna look it up to see what year it's from. See, like there's the Wiggles, and so it's
like the Wiggles, like the TV show Wiggles.
No. So we're doing a podcast, and it's usually audio, but I'm gonna show you a picture. 1966. This red Mr. Wiggles puppet.
Oh, looks like red.
He's very familiar. When I saw it, I grabbed it right away, and then I saw the year, and I was like, okay. So here's the thing. He's sold for $30 on an auction before.
Okay.
And then there's this listing this is listed for $50.
50?
All right.
But then the next guy has it for $235. Like, why is he asking $235? And then there's another guy asking $250 on an auction, but he's got another one with it. But look at those. These two people are both asking over $200 for it. So, like, I know he's not worth over $200. And since there's one listed for $50, is that the price I go in at? Like, do I just go in? And that one that's listed for $50 hasn't sold. The only sold comp is on an auction, which I don't take that to full value because had one bid for $30 and it was out the door. So I don't think they got what. I don't know. What do you guys think? And that happens a lot, right? Like you find something and the comps are just completely don't make any sense.
Now, did you check out the condition of all of them, or all of them around the same condition? Like
I haven't done that much research yet.
I mean, what's at it? I mean, I agree with you also with taking, when you look at comps and you see the auctions, it's not necessarily, the value, the whole value there. So I would probably be somewhere around $50 too, right where they're at.
Yeah, especially you said the auction. There was only one auction for $30.
Yeah, that's the only sold comp, and so I think people think obviously they think it's more rare than it is. Like the people, I don't understand why such a wide gap. Why $225, $250, and then there's a $50 listed and a $30. I don't understand what happened there.
Well, I see sometimes it might have been like when those $200 ones were listed, there might not have been any other listed.
were
You know,
shooting
they might have been
for
listed for a year. You know what I mean? And these
Yeah.
last couple, you know, the ones that came in after that. I've done that before with some items that I can't find a comp on it, and you know,
I want to say that
and there's no other listed. I'll throw like a crazy number on there, and then eventually I go back and check it, and then see that, you know, someone listed one for $100 less, and I just lower my price to be in that range.
And I when I was doing my research, this one that's now listed for 50, it was not there. Maybe I did poor research, but it was not there when I did my research the first time. There was only the couple $200 ones.
Do lots of
It's interesting. I just wonder, you know, maybe I need to do some research if they made a second line of them and the date really matters. I don't know. I haven't done that far of a research yet.
Right.
But, you know, again, even if I get 30, I'm happy because I got it at the bins and I paid like $2, less than $2 because it weighs less than a pound because it's $1.89 a pound. So
I spent too much money at the bins on stuff that weighs too much money.
what weighs too much?
Oh my god!
Did you go today?
Yeah. Oh my gosh! I bought this today. You can't see it if you're listening.
Oh,
to
that's
us on YouTube.
Is that a Stretch Armstrong?
Yeah, Stretch Armstrong.
That's awesome.
Does it stretch?
Is it an original one?
Oh wow!
No, of course. Why would it be? Like it weighs 2 pounds. And it's filthy too. It's for look how big.
Just hit my hat on the mic.
It's from 2019. Like this thing. Oh,
So it's a modern. Is modern Stretch Armstrong worth anything at all?
No. It's
Who
not
makes
worth
Stretch Armstrong? Who made
the original is from Kenner. I'm assuming
Kenner? Oh, Kenner.
I found an original one time that was in
This one's Hasbro.
such bad shape.
So
I don't know.
now Hasbro. What do you mean? Like the one you found, Joe, was all tore up?
Yeah, it
I
looked
thought
like a
it was
dog.
like Unbreakable or something like
I
that.
think like a dog chewed on it or whatever. I ended up leaving it behind. I think I found it at an estate sale.
I wish I would have
just
left
ended
this behind.
Oh, Dan said he wishes.
Like there's
So you paid how much? How much do you pay a pound at your bins?
$1.59.
You paid over $3 for that stretch.
Yep.
Woo,
Oh my
that's
gosh,
rough.
it weighs. Yeah. Why is
So you don't that, and we've talked about this. So you don't stop, and I'm not trying to throw you under the bus or anything now, but you don't stop and like check comms at the bins. Do we?
So
talk about that one?
well, we talked about that I think last week, and we do. But okay, I'm going to tell you, I had to come back so I could record this podcast.
Oh, it's our fault.
So I
Again.
didn't have enough time to sit at the bins.
See what you did, Joe?
I know it's our fault, Dan.
I couldn't. I tried to go there yesterday, and I had some stuff to list, and I needed to get some stuff listed on Monday, so I did that, and then I was like, I'll go tomorrow. So I went today, and I was looking up. I grabbed some stuff. I forgot I actually bought this until you said you found this old toy. You found that old toy. I'm like, oh, I got an old toy too. I thought it was an old toy. It's not. So yeah, technically I do, but
I feel bad now. We gotta make this up to you. What can I send you to make up for stretch? We're gonna call it the Stretch Armstrong incident of 2024. What can I send you?
It's not
I gotta send you something to make up because you had to hurry home for mine and Joe's podcast, which is Pocket Change, and then your podcast, which is part of this podcast, but it's a separate entity.
A separate name.
Different name. We don't know the name.
Not yet.
So you had to rush back for our podcast that you're part of. That I'm confused, and I'm confusing everybody that's listening. But stay with us, folks. Stay with us. So Dan had to hurry back. I feel bad. I really do. I honestly feel bad because it is hard for us to find a time to record. Like,
yeah. There's a sold one of this from. It's $15, but it looks like it's in good shape. Like,
well,
I don't know.
Clean it up with alcohol.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Oh, this is actually mine. If I can clean mine up, you think some magic eraser?
Use power wash, Dawn. You got that?
Yeah, I'll
get that one where you just turn
like his shorts on the back look way better. Like, he's got a little wedgie. But this other one that one that sold for $15.
Jesus,
it'll sell for like $15.
This is a PG show.
What happened to
Stretch Armstrong?
What happened to the back of? He's wearing a thong. Did you stretch his thong out or what?
I might just keep him.
Yeah, put him on the shelf with Woody back there.
Woody back there. He needs it, or Charlie Brown.
He's just doing sit-ups now.
I think he might have a torn MCL and ACL.
This is great. I really wanted to do a podcast, not a haul video.
Well, we'll take whatever we can get, Dan.
I got a filthy plush.
What is that?
It's a Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh, Yo Gabba Gabba. Yo Gabba Gabba.
I did look this up, and so I saw some sold for like $9 and then $18. So for time reference, for timing, I had to hurry up and
maybe there's a taller one and a shorter
it's
one.
Filthy. Like you can't see this. You can't see this if you're listening to us on your favorite audio platform, but if you're watching us, you can.
Yeah, those of you.
If you are watching us, hit that subscribe button. It'd be great.
Yo, have you ever looked up? Now, this happened to me a couple times, but looked up something at the thrift store and saw good comps on it, and then all of a sudden, when you get home, they'll list it.
Oh my god!
You cannot find those comps again.
All the time.
Yep.
It's almost worthless. You know what I mean? It went from being a great item, or as Dan likes to call them, bangers. You know.
Yeah. Oh, I know that's your word.
And then all of a sudden, you get home and it's nothing.
It's a bang. We call those big hitters. That's what I used to call them on my YouTube channel. Big hitters.
Big hitters.
Okay.
Big hitter when it sells for a lot of money. Used to call it if it sold for over $50.
I just had that. I was just stretching that Stretch Armstrong, and then I touched my mouth. And
that was in the bins. You haven't watched it yet.
No, I didn't watch that. I washed my hands.
But then you touched. You're gonna get that. What's that foot mouth and what's that hoof mouth? What's that foot mouth and disease?
Foot mouth. Or you put awesome on your hands?
Plantar fasciitis, right? I had that.
Yeah. It's not called
of the hand.
Of the hand. I had that on both feet. I ruptured both my plantar fascias within like a 3-year span. I ruptured both of them, and that is.
I had plantar fasciitis. I was walking in a walker, and I had a broken blood vessels in my leg, and then I had like stirrups I wore, not stirrups. Like a walking boot. I had like a walking boots on both my feet. I walked around with walking boots on in my house. Not like when I went to work.
At the bins actually.
So you had assless chaps on walking around your house.
Assless chaps and a walker. Did anybody like help you across the highway with like when you helped you took your mom across the highway in New York? Like I could just see you in the walker. So
this thing looks worse and worse as I touch it.
That's a lot of pain though. That plantar fasciitis, I'll tell you what.
It's no joke.
It's like you're walking on a knife, man. That hurts.
Ooh. My feet hurt right now thinking about it.
Yep. But I
went to Taco Bell.
What Taco Bell?
What are you drinking? Mountain Dew?
Just a Mountain Dew.
Look at that Baja. That's the tropical. What's the other one? Not the Baja.
Baja Blast. Baja Blast.
Yeah, but that's not that what you're drinking right now.
No, it's just regular Mountain Dew.
Oh, it's just regular Mountain Dew. All right.
Yeah, I wasn't in the Baja Blast mood. Again, I was like, I need to eat something before we start the show. And since I was out and about,
and since you what did
you get?
The bins. I just got garbage. Oh
no,
you meant a Taco Bell?
From Taco Bell,
a chalupa, a bean burrito, a chalupa and a bean burrito.
Yep.
I'm a Fiesta potatoes. Guy. The bean burritos.
I just when I go to Taco Bell, 2 bean burritos, and then they got that potato taco.
Oh, you like the potato taco?
Yeah, I get 2 bean burritos and 1 potato taco. Is my go-to.
That sounds pretty good. I buy the box. It's like a
Taco Bell to me. Taco Bell to me is like that place growing up where when you didn't have a lot of money, it was a cheap, easy dinner to go get. And so that's all we ever got there. Like we were never allowed to, as kids or whatever, never allowed to go, oh, I want to get the expensive thing off the menu. It was no, bean burritos and tacos were it. But now you can go to Taco Bell and drop some money if you order some of their steak stuff and their.
It's like I said last week. I guess we'll have a segment every week about fast food dining. If you order in the app, they have an online exclusive. It's a build your own box. You get to pick between Crunch Wrap, a Chalupa, or a Gordita Crunch, and then you get a bean burrito. And there's a couple different burritos, and then you can pick like cinnamon twist, nachos and cheese, or Fiesta potatoes, and a drink, and it's $5.99.
Wow.
Like a Crunch Wrap is $5.99 by itself.
Dan, you need to get like links for all these apps, and you need to be like you need to get affiliate links for all the apps.
I was supposed to do that a couple weeks ago.
You just sold me.
I should have done that a few weeks ago, and I forgot. And then Tim even reminded me, and then I said I would fix it, and I completely forgot until right now. So I'm sorry. I might try, but probably.
Well, that's good.
I'll definitely try when it's on my podcast name.
Yeah, under your name.
When are we revealing your name? Not we. When are you revealing your name?
Yeah, when are you?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. Sometime in the near future.
Sometime. I gotcha.
Sometime. Oh, I get it.
I see what you're doing there.
Whatever.
Sorry. So Dan, you did a draft. Well, let's talk about that draft that you were part of last night. Can we talk about that on the Nashville Flip? No, you don't want to talk about that.
We want to talk about that. I did it. I did it. Yeah, I guess I can talk about it for a second. It was fun.
I loved your picks. I
thought I had the best picks.
I mean, if it's the best mascots, like these are you picked iconic, well-known mascots, and everybody else, while they were picking like the quirky, funny, not as popular, like almost like underground type, mascots, where you were picking the iconic ones that everybody knows. And for me, that's what the draft was. But everybody had their own view on it. So
let's tell some people might not know what we're talking about. What was the draft about? Mascot,
the draft
right?
There's a draft show every Monday night, and they draft certain things. Yesterday was best sports mascots. Yep. So I had the there's 5 of us. I had the 5th pick, and I'll just run down my 5 real fast.
So if you want to vote for Dan, he was E. Let's give that.
Allowed to give that. Dan was winning early on. I've already.
Oh, is it? I checked earlier and I didn't even see it up.
Yeah, it's up there on Ray's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so go over to the Nashville Flippers.
I'll put that in the link. So maybe I can.
Put that in the link. Yeah. Let's
as long as you're gonna vote for E, I would prefer you vote for E, but if you're not going to, that's okay, I guess. But I really prefer you to vote for E. I'll run down my 5 real fast. Is the Phoenix Suns is a gorilla who is he does like amazing backflips and stuff like that. Like he's like a guy you see around.
He's iconic. I mean, I grew up in Phoenix, and I'm a Suns fan.
Well, I mean, so
he's
like
iconic. I have a Phoenix Suns gorilla plush up in my closet that from the
Phoenix
90s.
Was good when I was growing up, like in the early 90s when Barkley got traded there. They were good. So they were on NBC, NBA on NBC. So you got to see like they would show that guy, but I feel like they've shown him other places. Like he's just amazing. And then I had Benny the Bull, who is like I see him around a lot because I'm near Chicago, so I see Benny the Bull all the time.
Great team
I think the basketball players are really good. Someone's like baseball one. I don't remember who said. They said baseball mascots are like the best, but I think right up there. I think NBA because they do more acrobatic stunts. And stuff.
Yeah. The arenas they play in, like the basketball arena, just makes for a better playground for a mascot, right?
Yeah. And I'm trying. I'm trying to think of my 3rd one now. I gotta think of it. Oh my god!
It was the seal from the Giants.
Oh yeah, Lou Seal, who I just found. Like I found out. I might have seen him someplace before. But Lou Seal, it's a seal for the San Francisco Giants. He just looks cool. Like he looks so awesome. I wanted to try to find a bobblehead. They are like $50 on eBay. So I'm like, I'm not gonna buy a bobblehead. I'll do without.
I might have that bobblehead.
Really?
I have a Lou Seal bobblehead. I think I do.
And then I picked the what is it, Stork or whatever, Sebastian from Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, okay.
And then my last pick was the KC Wolf for the Kansas City Kansas City
just
Chiefs.
A goofball. He look
goofy and
goofy eyes.
I feel like maybe people might see him this weekend during the Super Bowl.
Good call.
Well, didn't one of their super fans dress up like that and rob banks?
Yeah. One of their super fans. Super fan for the Kansas City Chiefs. He dressed. They called him Wolfman, and he would
rob a bank in his without the outfit on, but he was at all the games with the full outfit on.
And no one's the people he sat around with. They were like, "Oh, I haven't seen so and so forever," and then he got arrested for robbing banks and sitting in a jail.
Yeah,
you picked the criminal. Your list has a criminal in it.
I mean,
Not
we're
the
edgy.
actual criminal.
It's
Not the
edgy.
actual.
It's edgy.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
I thought it was a fun. I thought it was one of the more fun drafts I've seen on that. On
So
the draft.
it's always.
Yeah,
So if I win, I get to go on next week too.
Oh,
That was a little.
So do you
caveat.
want people? Do you want to go on? You love the draft, so yeah.
I like doing the drafts. It's fun.
So
it's kinda,
what's next? What's next week's draft?
I forget what they were.
Okay.
Paul
best
said-
sidekicks.
Sidekicks. Ooh, that'll be fun too.
Yeah, I can't
Kinda
give any.
Kind of like
I
on
had
the
some.
Pocket Change podcast. Who's the sidekick out of?
Oh, we have Pocket Change podcast with Sidekick Dan.
Yes, there you go. You're the
Oh.
sidekick.
Oh.
You have like a belt like Robin did, and like all the.
Yeah, my belt's super big. It's super
Yeah,
big
mine
belt.
too.
Oh, I'm gonna let. I bought some new socks this weekend. I haven't bought socks in probably 4 years. I just been wearing the
That's
same socks
interesting.
for 4 years. They were like literally. I was
Buying
at the
bulk?
point. Huh?
You buy like bulk, so you have a ton of them, or
Yeah, and then during the summer I don't wear socks. I never wear socks. I really, pretty much wear socks in the wintertime.
what kind of shoes are you wearing?
Crocs.
With no socks? Crocs with no socks?
Yeah, I wear Crocs during the wintertime. I don't really wear Crocs right now. I'm wearing Skechers. But
Man,
like
I've
so
tried wearing Crocs with no socks. That's a little bit of
Last
sweat.
year-
You're sliding all over. man.
last year
instant
I needed
sweat.
socks last year, and like I just can't. Like I just like I didn't want to buy socks. Like I just didn't want to, and I got lucky. So I bought a pair of Skechers to wear like go during the summer and stuff. So I needed socks, so I can't wear them barefoot. And I got lucky, and I found 6 pair at Goodwill on a half off sale. And some Gildans. I don't
Hey,
Gildans.
that's
They're nice. They're so nice.
now. Do you care? Like, do they have? And we're gonna ask, or let's ask all of us. Do you care? Like, does it have to be an ankle sock, no, like a hidden sock? Does it have to be a certain color? Socks,
So-
like socks matter, right?
I don't know. I'm not very stylish anymore. So I wanted white for the summertime, and like
Okay.
during the wintertime, I wear black socks because I wear.
So if you're wearing, this question is for if you're wearing shorts, not when you're wearing pants. You can put on you can wear a mismatch, whatever. But when you're wearing shorts,
I've been there.
and
I
you're
do
wearing
that.
socks. Doesn't
usually
you're
white.
going with the
Usually
white socks?
Usually
White.
white. Yeah, I think so.
Joe, you're going white too?
Nah, I usually wear black. All my
Yeah, me
socks
too.
are black.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts right now, and I got black ankles. They're ankle high socks.
Well, I have shorts on right now too, and I'm wearing black socks. But I was wearing sweatpants, but I wanted to change when I go home from the bins so
So
I could disinfect.
Did you guys ever go through? What do they call the socks that you can't like? They don't go up.
No
your
show?
ankle? No show. Have you
They got
guys
no
ever
show
gone through that
ankle.
phase?
Then they have like I don't know some other.
They have even the lower ones that you can wear with
Low
like
cut.
hey dudes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
barely go over to like
Oh,
That's what
over
Sonya
your
wears.
toes.
Oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
hate
hey
it.
dudes.
It literally-
Hey dudes.
No, she wears those kind of socks. Like the top of her foot is exposed. It literally just like wraps around the front of her toes and her heel, and
yeah.
it just covers the
So
bottom
it-
of her foot. and that's
And
it.
so your shoes don't smell like a dumpster. You know,
Well, I guess.
you wear them with no socks on.
Uh-huh.
You might as well
you
throw
wear
'em
your
out.
shoes? Do you wear your shoes with no socks ever?
No, never.
No.
I
Did
mean, I
you
have
used
when
to?
I was a kid, and
Yeah.
I can remember being yelled at
Oh,
because they
man,
would
those
stink.
shoes.
No, they stink. And
Yeah.
would you get your heels would be all cut up too?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
So
the worst.
I don't.
Yeah.
No.
So
I
I
made
bought.
the most. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I ended up my socks were so bad, like they were literally I was wearing them with holes in them. Like I literally looked
Toes
just
just pushing through, right?
mostly on the
The heel?
the ankles and the underneath the bottom of the foot. And
That's
so-
I
That's
usually
I'm like,
what
I
get
gotta buy socks. I bought socks. I bought 36 pairs of socks.
36 pairs.
36.
How
At
long
Kohl's,
you got?
at Kohl's they had buy one get one half off, and then I didn't want to drive. I didn't want to go to Kohl's to go get it, so you had to spend $49 to get free shipping. So I bought a third. I bought a third pair of 12-pack so I could get free shipping to my house because I didn't want to go there.
I have to ask this question about 36 pairs of socks.
Yeah.
Are you gonna wear? Like, are you gonna just keep wearing new ones until they're all dirty and just have like this hamper full of dirty socks? Or are
Probably.
you gonna
Well,
go like 12,
I usually do.
like
I do
12
my.
and then wash?
I usually do my laundry like once a week, so they'll whatever's in there will get washed.
All right.
But I took all my old socks and threw them all away.
That's a
And I
good
filled
idea.
up the dresser. Got
So you're just rocking the white Gildans for at least
no,
probably
that was
3
the
years.
Gildan. The Gildans were the Gildans were the ones I found at Goodwill. This time I went with Hanes.
Oh,
I had to go with
you
Hanes.
bought Hanes. All right.
I didn't want to
Now,
buy
are they all the
Nikes. Were
same?
like
Are they all the same color? Same.
I got 24 white pair and then 12 black pair.
See, in my head, perfect thing would be have 36 pair of all the same socks, so you don't have to match them up. That is the worst. Matching socks up.
That's a great point, Joe.
Just have
They're all the same socks. They are
all the same socks, all the same color, so you don't have to match them. You see, you're doing the laundry, you see 2 socks, you automatically know that they're a pair.
Kind of weird. I'm pretty sure I get new because my birthday's in May, so I think I get socks for Christmas and like an 8-pack, and then I always get socks for my birthday. So that way, I always have newer, not holy socks.
Well, I kept on saying for like my birthday and Christmas I was gonna buy socks, and I just didn't want to. I was waiting for a sale. I was waiting for I just did not want to spend them. I didn't want to spend much. Like they're expensive. All my older socks were Nikes. They're like Nike socks.
Oh, yeah.
You
That's
took a
my-
step down.
Yeah,
That's my kids, man. My kids will only wear Nike socks. I don't understand it.
that's just what I had. I mean, that's what I don't remember. I mean,
Or
I
next.
usually try to get them at the outlets. We'll go to the outlets and get
I was gonna go to Marshalls or Ross.
Yeah, they usually have socks there.
They have socks there. I remember when I used to do retail arbitrage. I sold some socks on Amazon before. Not Nike, but I did watch videos before where people they were selling Nike socks on Amazon, so they would go buy them there. So I kept on thinking, I'm like, I should go there and see if they have anything, because I'll go there once in a while.
I wonder if it's hard to get approved to sell Nike socks, like it's hard to get approved to sell Nike shoes.
Can
you what on Amazon? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Maybe you could sell them on StockX. Sell Nike socks on StockX.
Can you? Do they?
I don't know.
They sell everything now. It seems like on StockX.
Do they? They sell VCR DVD combos?
No, not yet.
Okay. They sell. What else do they sell that they only sell on eBay?
They sell Uggs on StockX now.
Uggs,
like Ugg slippers and
Ugg boots.
But they all have to be new though.
Oh, I got some Vionic. You ever heard of Vionic?
Vionic. Those look. No, I have not. That is that
like
the
slippers.
They're like plush.
They're like I don't.
Are you gonna wear those with no socks?
They're a size 8, but I don't know if it's
men's or women's.
I don't know. I'm assuming women's. They look like I don't think my foot can fit in there.
So those have some value then.
We haven't looked. Let's look them up live. Like recording. I did not look.
You had to rush home with those.
Let me guess. You didn't look them up because it was our fault, right?
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's the Pocket Change podcast.
Also, I mean, yeah, it's at I spent $29 at the bins.
See, he wants to be our sidekick. I think he should be our mascot.
You think I should be the mascot?
He could be the Pocket Change podcast mascot, not the sidekick.
I want to be a mascot. What are those slippers? I think they're slippers. Let's see if they.
What's the name again?
Vionic.
Vionic.
Yeah, they don't look like they're worth it.
I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever found them.
Oh man.
I mean, but what's worth it to you? You know, what's worth it
from
to
the
you?
bins? I want to get $15 from the bins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I've listed stuff from the bins for $10 because I did the Joe where I thought I looked it up right while I was at the bins, and I got home and it was only worth 10 instead of 15 or 16.
I was at the bins today, and if it was light enough, if I could get $10, I was gonna be happy. These only weigh 10 ounces.
Man, I feel like it's like seasonal that we talk about the bins, but that's what I've been doing a lot of is the bins, man.
Well, how was your bins?
I had like a little party at the bins this last Sunday.
Oh, you guys had a
like
party?
A little meetup of people. Like I'm getting to know a lot of people that go there. Everybody go check out Mother Daughter Thrift on YouTube. By the way, I meet them there all the time now too. And we had just this little meetup. Like we all messaged each other, hey, let's all go to the bins on Sunday, and it was a good time, a lot of fun. And
I've been going to the bins for probably 4 years. I've never met a friend.
Yeah, but that's because you wait a second. Now. You're friends.
There
with
was
the
a guy
band.
there there's a guy there who's always racing around looking for. That
reminds me.
I do have a story after this because I thought I was gonna get beat up at the bins today.
Me
But
too.
This guy he's always running around looking mostly game stuff, and I found him on Facebook and I seen his he has like a store someplace, some kind of pop-up flea market type. I have no idea where it's at.
Oh.
He has a spot there, and I found a Wii controller, and I put it in my cart, and then I looked at it, and it was just corroded, and I didn't really think I wanted it, so I was gonna throw it back. I did throw it back, but then I'm like, man, I saw the guy. I'm like, I should take it over to him. Maybe we could be friends. But then I figured he doesn't really want to.
What happened? What happened with the?
He didn't want to talk. He didn't want to talk to me.
He didn't want to be your friend.
No, I didn't. Well, I didn't ask him. I just was like, I'm not gonna bother him with this controller. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, this is psycho.
You should have went over and got the Van Buren boys to come with you, and just kind of went over there like a posse.
So these are Vionic. They're you can't. Again, I'm so sorry if you're listening, but these are 26 Gemma slippers, and there's comps from $15 to $30. So
well, that's not terrible.
Yeah, that's a good find. I only paid $29.
Can I tell my story of how?
Yeah,
I got this is another bin story, but this is a good one, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this.
There we go. Do we want to be associated with
Joe? Do you want to join my podcast real fast?
I might be
Jimmy's up to his bins antics again, and I didn't feel bad, and I still don't feel bad, but some people might think I was a jerk. All right, you ready?
Here we go. Let me
get
ready for it.
It's a fresh rotation at the bins, right? Like the bins, they just roll them out, and you have to stand back till they say shop, right? And so this bin rolls out, and right away I see a pair of one Doc Martin. I see the Airwear tag sitting there. And so right when I see that, instantly I start looking for the other one. Then I see the other one that's a reach for me. The one is right in front of me, the other one's up here, right? Like towards the top of the pile. So at this point, we step up to the bins and wait for them to say shop. So they said, you can go ahead and shop. And I go like this to grab both, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the one right in front of me I get, and I pull up, and then this one I pull up, and then all of a sudden it's being pulled away from me. And I look across, and there's a lady that has the other end of it, and we're both like pulling on it. And she's like, she gave me the stank eye. I mean, she's straight up getting, and I was like, I have the other one though. I was like, I already have the other one. And she still didn't let go. And I was like, well, then fine, we can each have one. And she's like, oh, I thought they were together. And I was like, no, I have the other one right here. So she said, here you go. And then I kept them. Was I a jerk?
I don't think
now,
so.
What is there like an unwritten rule? Like, how does that work? Like,
well, I had the other one. So if you ask me,
you already had that one. But
I already had that one. That was fully mine. We both literally grabbed that one. I mean, it was tug of war. Like, we both had it. I didn't take it from her hand. No way. We both were instantly tug of war at the same time.
That's yours.
All right. I mean, I'm saying since
she wasn't mean or anything. She just thought.
No,
she
said the steak guy though.
Because it had a rubber band on it. She's like, I thought they were rubber band together. And when I looked up at her, she was like she wasn't going to give it up. So I let go. And I was like, but I have the other one. Like, I already have the other one. And then she's like, oh, well, I saw the rubber band and I thought they were together. And then she gave it to me. And so then I kept them. Should I have given her the boots? I mean, they're like $60, $70 boots. Should I have given them to her?
Nah. I mean, if I'm the judge there, I'm giving them to you.
You had the hand. What happens if you were looking for the one and you saw it in her cart? What would you do?
That's a whole nother story. I agree, because at that point we had both had possession of one.
I would have given it to her.
Sonia watched it all happen, and she was just laughing. She was just over there at the side, just laughing. She's like, "I saw what happened there."
She was probably thinking, "I gotta go over and bail Jimmy out again."
Yeah, she's like, "Here we go. He's stirring up trouble again." And then Sonia wore those Doc Martens because our little meetup party at the bins was wear your favorite finds from the bins. So Sonia wore those Doc Martens to the bins on Sunday.
Did the lady see them?
She wasn't there that day.
Oh, you didn't.
She's not part. She wasn't part of the party.
No way. She's not part of the party.
What did you guys do at the party? Was it put on by Goodwill?
No, it's not really a party. It's just like a meetup. Like there was like 10 of us that just all know each other from the bins or YouTube or Instagram.
Did you tell anybody about our podcast over there?
They all watch our podcast.
They watch your.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I mean, off and on. I don't think they're like watch every episode from beginning to end, but they all know about it. They've all watched it.
They at least subscribe to us, so
Yeah.
maybe we could hit 200
sure
subscribers.
I'll ask them. I'll make sure. You know what? I'll make sure they're sub to our podcast.
Next party you have, it should be like a introduce.
Oh, Joe, don't say that because he's gonna like want us to put on some kind of party, like a.
No,
you're gonna have to if you're part
introduce
of
your favorite podcast party.
You guys should come out to the bins. You guys should.
Oh, we have a pocket change meetup
at the bins. Yeah. You guys are celebrities there. You don't even know.
We'll probably meet somebody else that has a pocket change podcast.
Yeah,
we might meet another.
We might if you can get a party together and everyone brings their favorite podcast. Maybe we can decide. Maybe there's someone out there with a better name that we haven't heard yet. We can take that.
Yeah.
My story is similar. It's kind of similar to yours, Jimmy. They're bringing out. I was like ready to leave the bins because I was like, I gotta get back. I gotta get back. I could sit there and look through all this, but I'm just gonna buy everything in my bag, and if it's bad, I'm gonna blame it on them.
Yep.
And so they're bringing out a new rows of stuff, and I'm like, let me see what they have. So I'm watching them bring the rows out, and I see a pile of like bats, like baseball bats, metal
baseball bats.
Yeah, like baseball bats. I see DeMarini. What is it?
DeMarini.
DeMarini.
Yeah.
I see that logo, and I'm like, oh gosh, I'm never gonna get over there to get these, never. So, because the place is just packed. It's been so busy. I was there on Saturday, and it was so busy, and then today it was so busy. Again, it's crazy how busy they are right now. But anyway,
let me interrupt you real quick. Is there ever a chance that you could say like somebody on that side of the booth, hey, can you pass me that, or is that like you don't want to do that because then?
Well, I've had people ask me if when the shoes come out, they'll see something they want and they'll like, will you pass me that and I'll just do it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But
okay.
I'm
so
not.
I'm sorry.
I'm too scared. I'm not gonna ask someone.
Okay.
That'd be so weird.
I just thought
it would have been less awkward than what I did. So I see the bats and they're bringing them out, and I'm like, there's no chance I'm getting over there to get them. So they come out, and then I start walking down there and squeezing through the best I can, and then I start scooching up to where the bats are. I see him, and this guy, he's like right on top of him, and he takes like he grabs them all in one pickup and just moves them over to the next bin. So I was like, oh, he doesn't want these bats. I'm like, I'm gonna get these bats. So I touch one. And I start like slowly moving it back to grab it. And he looks at me and he grabs them. And I'm like, oh, okay. But I thought he was gonna kill me. I'm like, I thought he didn't want them.
Yeah, he set them down or what?
Inside the bin.
Well, it's in the bin. It's fair play, man.
Well, if I took something and it's literally right in front of me, I would be mad if someone reached over. But the way he took them and just moved them all in one thing, I was like, oh my gosh, he doesn't want any of these bats. There's another guy who I see there all the time. And I was like, he's going to get these bats. I saw him right in front of him, but he didn't want them. So I was like, I might get these bats. And he saw me, he grabs them, and he takes them all back to his cart. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I didn't get the bats.
I don't know. I mean, at my bins, everything in the bin is fair. There's definitely people that reach across in front of you, reach from the side in front of you. Everything in my bins, if it's in the bins, it's fair play. Like you can't claim it unless it's in your hand or in your cart. Like
I'm looking for less stress in my life. That seems stressful.
Yeah.
I
would have done the same thing Dan did. I would have been like, I didn't know they were yours. I'm sorry.
But I don't know anything about bats. I don't know anything about bats. But in my head, when I saw them coming out, I was like, man, they're super.
That's something that's super easy to look up. Usually, they all have the model number on them and all that.
Yeah, but because of you guys, I would have just bought them all and then realized they're like
that would have been heavy too.
Do I have a bat in here?
Because of us, Joe. What are we gonna do, man? Like
because of us podcast.
Because of us podcast.
I have a bat in here.
Look at that.
I have never. It's not listed. I have the pictures for it. I've not listed it because I don't know why. I'm such
That's
a
probably
loser.
a decent bet.
You think so?
Yeah, probably is.
I-
Have you
is
comped
there
it yet?
there
I
should be
did.
a
Let's see if I.
Did you see
Again,
what
if
it's
you're
worth?
listening to us, I'm holding up a bat. You can't
Gold?
see me.
It looks to be composite.
Let me see. Let me see
two-piece,
how long.
it looks like. Two-piece bat.
You know how to tell find out if a bat's aluminum or composite? You guys know how to do that?
No.
You need to find out-
I usually just hit my
Hit
wedding ring on
homers.
it.
Joe just hits homers and he can tell. Takes it out to the practice field and
So here's the pictures of it.
yeah. Those are
Look
nice
when I-
pictures.
Look when I took a.
June
June
24th, 2022?
It's been sitting in my list to list. I don't have a death pile though, guys.
Yeah, 2 years, Dan.
I don't have a death pile though.
What is happening over there?
It's just been sitting in my. It's been
just
sitting.
It's just like it's become like part of the room now.
How,
It's
how,
like
how
red
did you
one.
find? How did you? Did you know you took those pictures that long ago?
Yeah,
Or was
because
it
I'm like,
just
should I just list this bat? I don't remember why my reasoning
What's
was
the
not to
bat,
list it.
Dan.
list the thing.
Watch
I
that
gotta
thing
look-
be worth a lot of, and like right now you're coming up on the season. Spring is when you need to list it for
Yeah.
spring baseball.
Oh, that's
stuff.
so. That's what I got at the bins today. I bought. This is so depressing, but I was like scrounging through the shoes, and there wasn't many shoes, and I was just picking up all the baseball cleats I could find, like little kids. I did pretty well with those last year.
Yeah.
You know, they're not, they don't weigh a ton, but they don't sell for much either. But they were selling pretty quick, so I was like, I'm gonna get these. We're gonna be in the 50s this week, so I'm gonna be outside cleaning
Ew.
shoes,
Playing
having a good
baseball.
time.
Yeah,
can
yeah,
test out
that's
that
not a bad idea. Picking up like cleats like that, especially for kids. I used to. I mean, when my boys were younger, I used to buy all their sports cleats and stuff like that on
Oh, did you?
eBay and
Yeah.
Riley now too. I mean Riley, but because they only wear, I mean literally their feet grow so fast that they're only
That's
good
what-
for one season. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
then they a lot of people leave them because they're really honest. They're not really. There's 15 bucks, like, but I think Mike Trout shoes might do okay. But I was
Yeah.
picking them up, and they're usually filthy because the baseball
The
dust.
dirt,
From the,
yeah.
yeah, so you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get them. You don't. They don't have to be perfect, but at least wash them down. And they sell pretty quick. Like I did that last week. Yeah, last week I did it, and they haven't sold yet, but I already have people watching them and stuff. Like again, it's not nothing crazy, but usually they sell pretty good if you get them in at the right time. At the right time, you have to.
Yeah, definitely. Like in the beginning of soccer season or baseball or whatever. That's what. But that, I mean, as a parent, you're spending 50. I mean, like for Riley's size, I think she wears like a 12C or whatever. You can get baseball cleats; they're $50. And now that
She wears
Modell's
a
is closed,
C12.
huh?
She wears a
12, yeah.
C12.
Yeah. What are they, Crocs?
Heyo.
Oh, with the
Ooh,
slippers.
and they got
inside.
the
Yeah,
Sherpa.
I love Crocs too. I like the Crocs too.
Don't wear those without socks because those things will stink. And
Yeah, I learned my lesson because I love finding Crocs at the bins. Again, those aren't. They don't. A lot of them they don't sell very. I mean, $15, $20. Huh?
Yeah, but they're easy to ship and they do okay.
They're so easy to ship and they're so small too, and they're so easy to clean. But
Yep.
I used to pick up all the ones with the fur in the inside, and they're at these.
Yeah,
Where
you gotta check them. They can
Aren't
They
they
had,
the ones,
like,
but aren't
dirt-
the newer ones you can take the sock out? You can
yeah,
take that.
I found those like once.
Yeah.
I found
they're
those, like,
easier
once.
to take out now.
Yeah, they snap in and out. And you can wash
Yeah.
them, and you could get it like these have. There's like grass or something, and it's all stuck in the inside. That's why they're sitting right in front of me.
Gotta
'cause I've
get
been
coarse
picking-
brush.
A horse brush.
Coarse.
Horse
Oh, okay.
or a horse,
Horse
whatever,
bristle.
whatever you want.
Whatever works for you. Go back out to the ranch out there and grab one of your horse brushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With your assless chaps.
Oh gosh, Joe, you can't say that. You can't say that word on here.
Well, this is Jimmy's podcast.
Well,
now.
this is our this is our side of the podcast.
Oh, okay. Oh,
We
your
can
side
use
of the
those words.
well, over on my side. What happens if I have what happens if I want to have a partner on my podcast? Can
Oh,
I have
man.
can I just bring on whoever
You're
I
gonna have
want?
like a draft, or you're gonna like have a where they have to try
Apply?
out.
a tryout. A tryout.
Yeah. They're gonna line up. Then we could have battles. Like we could literally do verses. We could call the verses podcast.
The reseller rap battle.
Oh,
The
geez.
reseller- Old school rap battle. Yeah, there you go.
What happens if? Why is it gonna be old school rap battle?
Because they don't battle anymore, do they? Do rappers battle?
Oh, I
these
thought
days?
you were taking old school because your name's old school.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Like I was defending.
Nowadays
over
they don't
there.
battle. There's no like rap battles going on these days.
There was
are
a
there?
rap battle at the Pro Bowl this weekend. Did you hear that with Eli Manning? He was singing. And
I did not see that.
He was singing. He was rapping and said that Tom Brady is the GOAT. Psych! I beat him twice. Something like that. I don't know.
So he's starting an old school rap battle.
I don't know if that was exactly how.
Did you watch all the Pro Bowl stuff?
No. Did you? I watched a little bit, but
I watched.
I was waiting for basketball. I was waiting for the basketball game to go on. I've been. What did I do? I think Thursday or Friday, I like vegged out and watched a lot of YouTube, and then I just kind of started watching. I started watching some movie or some show. Oh, I started watching Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix. The show Lincoln Lawyer, and it's only 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons. They're like 10 episodes a piece, and I binge watched those for like a day and a half. I finished 20 episodes in a day and a half. So
Lauren and I started watching while we finished it. We called up The Bear.
Oh, is it good?
Yeah, it's really good.
My son loves that show.
Yeah,
really?
It's I think they're starting to film season 3 now.
Oh, I should watch that. Maybe I should
watch
watch that.
Hulu, right?
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, it's on Hulu. I should watch that.
It was pretty good.
If you like cooking, it's definitely.
I do like cooking.
A lot about cooking.
Before YouTube, I used to always just watch like the cooking channel. I love watching cooking channel.
What's the one I like? Chopped.
Chopped was pretty good. I like Diners, Drive-ins, and Drives. Whatever.
Yeah, that's like the best job in the world, don't you think?
Yeah.
What was the one Man versus Food?
Man versus Food was
that
awesome.
was great. My son grew up like we'd go get wings and give me some hot ones, Dad. And he's like, "This is Man versus Food, right?"
Yeah, that's good, but I'd just rather travel around and eat the best foods that are out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or it might not be the best food or what's famous for that area.
Do you have a Portillo's near you, Dan?
Oh yeah, there's Portillo's.
Oh my gosh,
I don't go very often though.
That's some good stuff right there.
What is it? It's Italian.
They're like they do the Chicago style hot dogs. And then they do those kind of sandwiches they were making in the Bear, like the loose Italian beef sandwiches. Oh, that's so if you want to try what they're making in that show, Portillo's, it's amazing, man.
They're supposed to have. I've never had it, but the chocolate cake's famous.
That's
really
they make cake milkshakes where they take a slice of cake.
Oh wow!
And put it in the milkshake, and you would think doesn't sound. No, this is genius stuff here, folks. It is. Have you had it, Dan? Do you like
I haven't.
Try the cake milkshake. Oh, the chocolate cake, and they literally take a slice of cake and mix it into the milkshake.
Really?
Next level stuff, folks. It is. So I couldn't live near it because I would.
I'm gonna see if I can. I'll have to see if I can fit in the budget sometime.
So good. We went up to Michigan. We went up to Detroit to visit a friend up there, and they had one. And we literally was like, and we went to the way up to the north side to make sure we went there. Oh my gosh! So
I never heard of it
twice while we were there.
You ever heard of Portillo's?
No.
So good. Anyways, I'm literally like, I'm gonna drive to Detroit tomorrow to go get it.
They probably have. You should see which one. There might be one closer to you.
It is the closest one. The one in Detroit.
That is the closest one. Is Detroit?
Yeah, it's a 2.5 hour drive from me. You think I should
2.5 hours from Detroit?
Yeah.
I wonder how far you are from me. How far?
I don't know where you're at exactly. You said you're by that place that we stopped, which I feel
like I sold something.
Ooh, hey-oh.
What'd you sell?
Baseball bat?
Baseball jersey. For no, it's not. Sold for $8. I sold it for $8. It was a kid's. It's a kid's jersey. Again, I'm gonna show it. I really wanted it to be an audio.
It's podcast. A youth-sized jersey.
But it's got like a big old stain on it.
Chicago Cubs.
Yeah,
youth size.
It's really cool. It's a really cool jersey, but it had like on the sleeve, it's got a stain, and
that's sold, huh?
Right on the front, it's got a stain, and then there's a big old stain. There's a big old stain on the back too. I couldn't get it out.
What do you get for a stained up youth size jersey?
$8.
$8. All right. Is that a bins find?
No, I bought this at the store. I didn't see the big old stain on it, so I have like $5 into it too. So I didn't make any money.
Yeah,
I had $5.70, and I didn't make any money. That's embarrassing.
What's more frustrating? Looking up something at the store, and the comps are there at the store, but not finding them when you get home, or buying something clothing related at the store and think it's in perfect condition, and then you get home and you lay it down to take a picture of it, and there's nothing but stains all over it.
It was I flipped it over. There was the one on the front. I thought I could get it out with Fells Nampa, and it wouldn't come out. And then when I was like, all right, I'll just list it. And when I turned it over to take the pictures of the back, I saw the big old stain right on the side. I'm like, oh, okay, this is why they donated it, is because they didn't want they're tired of looking at the big old stain. And I had it in a pile of the stuff just to donate, because a lot of that stuff now I'm just not messing with. I'm gonna donate it again. And I was sitting there, I'm like, man, it's such a cool jersey. Like someone will get it. They'll do something with it. Like some kid playing it or something. I don't know. So like someone will buy it. Someone will do something. So not that
yeah, well, they did.
It wasn't that.
It just sucks at the stain. I don't know, Joe. Like I hate getting home. Like I just recently at the bins again, I found a Dr. Seuss bookends, and they're staircases with all these different Dr. Seuss characters walking up them. They're like heavy porcelain bookends, and I only found one of them, but the pair sells for like $150, $180. So I was like, I'll just sell the one for $50, right? And I didn't even do what you're supposed to do when you find something like that and look it over really well. I got home and two of the figures walking up the stairs are just broken off and completely gone. Like, and it was heavy too, so I probably paid
how much that way?
I probably paid $4 or $5 for the dang thing, thinking I was.
How much is your bins?
$1.89 a pound.
You're 189, Dan. You're 169.
159.
Oh.
So yeah, made me. I was pissed that I didn't check that over. I was so mad at myself.
All you bin guys, what's the highest price bins that you've heard of per pound? Like
the one that I'm going to now is the highest I've ever seen, $1.89.
We talked about this, I think. New York, there's over $2 a pound.
Is it really?
Like $2.29, I think. Something like
I'd
that.
have to be really picky then. I mean, but like the one thing I'll say I like right now is the picking isn't as good. It's decent though. My bins are decent, but I'm doing well on eBay because I'm not spending hardly any money right now. I think we talked a little bit about I'm spending $50 a week right now on inventory compared to what I spend during garage.
Do you sell a lot of stuff in your death pile?
My death pile is very small right now. Yeah, there's not a lot in there. So I am having to go to the bins to make sure I have stuff to list. Yeah. And then, the stuff at the bins, that's kind of, you have to find motivation because a lot of that stuff, like Dan, it needs work. It needs some kind of looking into or work or cleaning or testing or whatever. Where yard sale stuff, sometimes you'll buy and it's ready to go. You're like ready to bring it home and list it right then and there. Yeah. So I've bought some stuff from the bins that had stains and that I missed too. I got in trouble with Sonia. She's like, you got to start checking stuff better. You can't just be buying everything you find.
Yeah, it's okay. Quality control.
So I'm on a strict week. So like if I had to rush home to the podcast like Dan did today, I would get in trouble because I'd probably buy stuff that's broken and stained. Because now I do have to stop, look it up, and look it over before I bring it home. But I found a Russell athletic sweatshirt from the 70s. I'm learning about these old clothes, right?
The true vintage.
I found this one, and Jason was there, the guy that knows this. This one bin came out, and it was just full of 70s stuff. He made a killing. But I found a Russell athletic sweatshirt from the 70s. I found a T-shirt that was like a high school graduation class of 1970. And it's true vintage from it's from the 60s or whatever.
But is someone who's gonna buy that? Is it gonna be that high school or like are random kids just looking up Russell?
The sweatshirt will do well. But the thing that Jason's teaching me is it's not the biggest market on eBay That's more of like a pop-up, you know, in person, or like Instagram social media following is how a lot of the guys that sell that stuff sell it.
So how does
so
he sell it?
he uses Depop, which he's gonna get me going on Depop. He sells a lot of stuff on Depop, but he also sells on Instagram and then like in-person meetups. But there's a weird market. We talked about it. There's a weird market for that true vintage. I mean, it's definitely exists.
A few months ago, there's like a brewery that's right outside the city that had like a what did they call it? Punk rock flea market or something along the lines of that. And that's where I saw a lot of like those in-person vendors had like, it was pretty cool to see. They were like local high school sports jackets, like the corduroy ones, like with the button up, or the satin ones, but they were local, like, you know, high schools around the area that had like a football jacket, ice hockey jacket, and people were buying them. I was shocked, and they were getting pretty decent money. And I think if I saw them at the Goodwill or wherever, I wouldn't have bought it. But these guys so I think it's more or less these kids that are into that true vintage stuff will wear. It might not necessarily be their high school or whatever, but it's either has cool colors or just a cool graphic on it, something like that.
Yeah.
Like I follow him, the Jason. I follow him on Instagram, and he posts a lot of like, it's like a fashion show. Like I can't even explain it. Like they have fashion shows where everybody there is wearing stuff from the 50s, and like it's actually from the 50s. Like they're not wearing any remakes or anything. It's all old stuff. And it's like, you know, like New York City and big cities, like people that are living in the big cities are buying this. I don't know. It's a thing though. I follow them enough to see that this is there's a market, and there are people that are buying this stuff. But you have to learn the tags. Learning the tags, man, that's so hard. Like if you guys, I just don't. I feel like I don't have the mental capacity to like memorize all these tags and what year they're from and stuff. I get so every time I see a tag, I feel like I found something old, and I'm like, no. But when I research, like, no, this is just like a 2010 tag, you know.
Yeah, some of those kids definitely know. I was watching either TikTok or it was a reel or something where the guy broke down every tag that the brand champion had, and when they used it for, like, this was used from 1984 to 89. Then they used this for 1 year, but it was all the different fonts. He knew everything. He knew everything about it. But then I went through, it was probably Instagram, because then I went on his page and they had all the different stuff like Patagonia tags, Nike tags, and all with dates on them. Like,
really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Video.
So that was for me, that was fun because I learned, I actually researched the tag and learned quite a bit. And, you know, made in the USA is obviously an important one. And was it, you know, to help age it, to help, you know, that's one of the first things when you're looking at clothing. And you want to look for the tag that's hanging, obviously not the printed tag.
Right.
And then when you find a hanging tag, then you want to look for made in the USA. Those things usually help you tell you that it's an older item already. And then from there, you have to still research what decade it's from after you find out that it is actually vintage. Then from there you go to what decade. So anyways, it's definitely interesting to me. I don't know if I'm able to actually to where I can every time I see one know what it's from. I'm gonna have to probably look it up every time. But it's fun.
Yes, I got that. Remember I brought up last week that Nintendo the Nintendo 3DS that the guy had for 21 days and then decided to return it.
Yeah.
He returned it. It's the same one. There's no yellowing on the screen, but he kept the game.
No.
Like I sold the Nintendo 3DS with the game, but the game is a frozen Disney Frozen game. It's not worth anything.
Did you say anything to him?
So I sent him 2 messages or whatever. He didn't respond to any of them. But he opened up the iNAD or whatever, like item not as described, because it said it wasn't in the photos or whatever. But there's nothing wrong with the screen, nothing like that. But it wouldn't let me deduct anything from the return.
Yep.
Because it was there as an option. You know, hey, you click on it, you can either put the price in that you want to deduct or the percentage that you want to deduct. It was there. I could fill it in, but it was grayed out at the bottom where you hit like continue. I couldn't continue from it.
Did you try? Did you? Because when you do that, you have to put a message. Did you put a
Yeah,
message?
you put a message. Yeah. I said, wasn't returned with the game. I was like the game. I think was, I don't know.
That's weird. And
Yeah,
I have
it
to ask,
wasn't-
so you had free returns? Because I think you have to have free returns for that.
No, I didn't have free
Oh,
returns.
yeah.
I can actually. Yeah, there was a deduction there where I could deduct the.
I don't do free returns. I can do deductions.
Oh, you
right,
can?
you can do the deductions. Yeah,
Alright.
yeah. So it was, but it wouldn't let me get past that certain point. So I got on, on there,
horn? You
chatted
got on the
with-
horn?
Yeah, well, I tried to get on the horn, but couldn't get anybody to call me back. Sending all these messages back and forth to eBay, through their automated system or whatever, and they were just giving me the regular
runaround.
answers. And then finally, I had somebody call me back. They told me not to send another message to the guy, which was his third message, what he didn't respond, and then let the eBay step in after 4 days, and then eBay will give them the money, and then I appeal it through eBay. So today,
So you do that?
No, today's the day that is I had to respond, refund them his money by the 6th.
You know what? They didn't tell you why it was locked, though?
No, I tried to.
That's my main question. Like, obviously, this is screwed up what the guy
She
did,
said
but I
it shouldn't
wanna
be
know why.
locked. She said it shouldn't be locked. I should be able to do it on there.
So because I get frustrated, and I'm like, so you're telling me it shouldn't be, but now because it's something it shouldn't be, I have to jump through all these hoops to get this corrected when I should be able to just do it right here. Like, why? What's going on? Unlock it.
So now I have to wait till eBay refunds them the money, then call or get on the horn, as Dan says, and try to talk to somebody there that will appeal that,
Yeah,
and go from there. But the
So
guy,
did you have to like open up a case where like you select like there's an issue with the buyer or whatever?
I had to report the buyer or whatever.
Yeah, report them or whatever.
Yeah. So
Do you wanna-
we'll see how it plays out. But like I said, they
blast,
just
you don't put him on blast out here? You wanna tell us who
what?
it is?
No,
What's his phone number?
I'll let you know next week how how that
That's-
works. But like I said, the game's not really worth that much money. But I'm surprised. To be honest with you, I think the way that it came back was either the guy just didn't want it anymore or whatever, and just probably
Right.
used it for a couple weeks, and then either just forgot to put the thing back in there or whatever.
Right.
But like they said, the screen is completely fine. It's not yellowed. Like he said, that was his thing. He said the screen is yellow in the bottom corner.
Maybe he needs to get his eyes checked. Maybe he's got something wrong. Maybe he's starting to see yellow.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe he's got those transition glasses and he's playing out.
Oh yeah, ask him if he's looking in the sunlight. Maybe it's where did it go? Was it in
Well, he
Florida?
didn't respond to any of my messages anyway. So
Well,
I mean,
maybe something happened to him. He's seeing yellow.
Yeah, maybe maybe
Could have passed out. He could be frozen.
he could be
frozen. Oh, so I see what you did there, Dan.
Oh, shit.
So
Well,
I'll spend a couple more hours trying to get eBay to give me a call back, and then
that's just
How much is
that's
the game
just
worth?
so
How much
eBay.
is this game worth?
I don't know, $10 if that.
Oh.
I was gonna say it's like a $7 game.
$7
Did you
game.
list,
Yeah,
did you relist the
$7
thing?
game.
Did you relist it?
no, I have it right here.
It's right there next to the baseball bat.
Do you have another game you can put with it?
I'm sure I do.
So
I don't even know why I put the Frozen game with it. I think I took the pictures with it with the
Try to
Frozen
do a
game
bundle.
on there.
Did you put a stylus? Does it need a stylus?
No.
Does that?
what if
need
you
a
never
stylus?
sent the game? What if you accidentally left
Yeah,
the
maybe
game?
you never sent the game.
What
What happens if you go to the box? What happens if you go to the box and you find it right there?
Yeah, what happens if you go over to the box it was in and the game is sitting right there?
Look underneath.
If you go
Look
to your
underneath your.
shelf.
Look underneath your papers. You have a bunch of papers on the desk there.
No, I have a couple. I
You
was
check the
cleaning.
box,
I
you
was
send it
cleaning
back
some
in.
stuff.
Maybe it was wrapped up by itself and something else in there.
No, the
Man,
box
I
was
got-
empty.
A long time ago, I sold a Power Ranger. So it was the Power Ranger. It was almost like a Voltron, like where you put the arms on it and the legs on it and the head on it, and then there's the torso, right? And I had just the torso and the head, so I sold it as is, just the and it was the whole thing together would have been like $300 figure, but the torso was worth like $80 with and then the head, so I sold it for $80. And I listed it as having the torso and the head. And it was all in the picture and everything. So I sold it. This was a long time ago. And I shipped it. And this guy right away, the head's not here. Where's the head? And I was like, the head was with it. It's in the box. I shipped it with it. I was like, can you double check the box? And he's like, it's not here. So I went over, checked my shipping table. I didn't drop it. Like, I know I put it in the box. I'm sorry. Like, it was in the box when it left here. And he ended up returning it for that, and I ended up having to give him a full refund. And I kind of stuck to my guns and then I got it back without the head now. So I'm like, and I didn't even do what you guys did. I gave him a full refund because he said the head was missing or whatever. And so literally over a year later, while doing inventory, Sonya and I are going through the tub that figure was in.
Oh man,
there's the dang head, and at this point I've already sold the torso again for less money. And going through that tub, there's the head sitting in the bottom of it. So I was a jerk. That damn head was sitting in the bottom of the tub for years, and I didn't even think to look in the bottom of that tub. I don't know why I didn't. But I listed the head. And I probably got like $18 for that head later.
Yeah.
What did you get for the torso? What did you get for just the torso?
I don't remember. It's been so long ago. I probably got to like 60 for the torso instead of 80.
Oh, so you got close to it.
I mean, I got close to my money back, but I'm not gonna lie. Like I wasn't argumentative with that guy, but you know me. I was insisting that it was there. I checked. I thought I checked everywhere on my end.
So you're telling Joe he should probably just double check.
Yeah, make sure that
I did check. I would say I'm 100% sure.
Did you check the bottom of the box there?
Yeah, I checked everything. Checked everything. It didn't come back.
So it can happen. I mean, obviously to the best of us, it can happen. Is what I'm trying to say.
But I'm just saying. Also, I did reach out to that guy to
But he's dying.
The fact that he's not responding.
Yeah. I'm worried. I'm really worried about him right now.
Now you're making me feel bad.
You should feel bad. The guy.
I also had a thing happen to me. It was a while ago. I think
before he expired, all he wanted to do was play Frozen on 3DS.
Yeah, with a yellow corner. That's all he wanted in this.
No, he has a yellow cornea. His cornea is yellow.
I had a thing happen to me. It was a while ago. I ended up selling like a whole lot of not Polly Pockets, little Miss Pet Shop or Miss Pet Shop, Little Pet Shop or whatever.
Yeah,
there was like 25.
Yeah,
there was like 25 figures, different animals and all that. I sold them and never heard from the buyer, nothing like that. It was probably 3 or 4 months later they came back to me, and never heard from the guy, never anything else like that. Reached out to him, nothing. So I ended up listing them again. They sold to the same buyer, like literally. And he said in the message he said, I bought these. I bought something similar to this a few months ago. They never arrived. They also came from Philadelphia, or whatever. I'm like,
that's happened to me once. They were like old Sony, like computer discs, like the old plastic ones.
Mm.
What were those? Not the floppy disks, but the other. Or they call floppy disks? I don't. Like they're older. They were brand. Yeah, those right there, exactly. Exactly.
People are going to think this is planned. Where did you pull those floppy disks from, Dan?
Did you get those at the bins?
Yeah.
No, but I did the same thing.
They're not really worth anything.
But I got like $50 for these packages. Like I had like 6 packs of them. I got like $50, and I shipped them. And literally, like a month and a half, 2 months later, they came back to me. Like almost like the guy never got them. They just came back to me. And the guy never reached out to me or anything. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of waited for him to reach out to me. Never heard anything on them. So like 5 months later, I was like, well, they're still sitting here on my table. The guy never reached out to me, so I'm gonna relist them.
Joe, did you refund the guy?
Yeah, I did. I did refund the guy. I said these might have been yours. I actually had a screenshot of, because I couldn't find it in my messages or my sold because it was over to 90 days or what. It was months later. So I couldn't find anything on eBay, but I ended up having a screenshot of it that I sent to somebody else. And it was his username. I was like, yo, can you believe it? These things came back to me all this time later. I relisted them. And then I said, these were probably yours that came back. I said, I did reach out to you or whatever. And he says, I was wondering what happened to him. And I ended up giving him his money back.
That's a great story.
It was,
Happy ending, Joe.
Mine wasn't a happy.
Sure.
I'm upset. I'm a whiner right. I'm gonna whine right now. This brought up to me in the comments.
Oh.
And I'm a bit
All right,
of a
let me-
whiner.
So I'm down the Dan podcast right now.
Yeah. Wait here.
I'm on Dan's team right now.
You're on Team Dan right now. All right.
Yeah, okay.
I'm supposed to work on it, and I'm gonna work on it, but I gotta whine right now. I sold some Sony, some cassette tapes, like 20 of them, brand new, still sealed in the wrapper, and the guy kept sending me offers, and he way too low, and then he's like, and then on the last offer, he's like, will you do free shipping at this price? And I was like, no, because these things weigh like, they're super heavy. They weigh like 5 pounds. And it's gonna not 5 pounds, but it's gonna be expensive to ship because they're really heavy. And he's like, all right, well then here's my last offer, and it was a decent offer. He's on, I'll pay for shipping. I was like, all right, cool. So I took the offer. I think it was like $40, and I had it listed for $55. It's still not what I wanted, but I ended up taking it because he wanted 40 free shipping. I ended up taking it. So, anyways, he buys them. I make the label in the morning, and they're sitting here on my table. Then I take them to the post office, and I get it scanned at the post office, right?
Yeah.
As I'm walking out of the post office, right after it got scanned, he messages me, cancel this order, and give me a refund. There's been a mistake. And I'm like, what? I was like, you waited right up until it got scanned by the post office? So I'm not gonna lie, I said they already shipped, bud.
Oh, you were at the post office still?
I was on my way home from the post office, yeah, when he messaged me that.
So then what?
So it's still in limbo right now. He says that he's gonna return them. I'm like, whatever. I'll see if he's gonna.
What was the mistake? Did he say?
He didn't say. He just said, I'll
far
read
you
it.
from the post office?
Not far, but I'm taking my chances on this.
I would have
one.
just turned around and got him.
I know. I should have. I thought about it, but
I do not.
Said,
I don't.
Please
care.
cancel immediately and refund my money. There has been a mistake by someone. Thanks.
By someone.
That's what and I said, sorry, it already shipped. He said, all right, I'll return them and I'll pay for shipping. Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
But like, why did he wait till they got scanned at the post office to finally say there's like an issue? I don't understand.
Because he probably got a notification saying that they shipped.
Probably found him for $40 free shipping.
Yeah.
There you go, right there.
I would just
please cancel immediately and refund. There has been a mistake by someone. Thanks. And there's where I said it. He asked me, are these shipping and everything? And I was like, yeah. I said, oh yeah. He even asked me, so is it are they coming? I said, yeah, I'll drop them off. I'll be dropping them off at the post office today. Very weird.
Yeah. How about offers? Any lowball offers this week? I've been getting a ton of them.
Gosh.
I had a message for what's the lowest you'll take on something.
I hate that message.
I
usually hit them. What's the highest you'll pay?
Do you really say that? I was thinking about it, but I just ignore it. I ignored them.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do you block them, Dan?
Thinking about it. They're on my watch list. I'm not gonna respond. I hate it. I should have. I guess I should have listed them higher and then told them nothing, I guess, or had them send it off. I don't have offers on. It's a pair of Lucky brand jeans. I'm gonna be listed for like $20. I have like 3 watches. I'm gonna take $20. Or if I send an offer, $17.99.
Right. Yeah, I had a $20 t-shirt or whatever. A guy offers me $5 for it.
$20 t-shirt, you offer you $5?
Yeah, I responded back like $17.50. He's like, "Come on, work with me, $6," and I just declined it.
Oh, so you block them then?
I didn't block him. I just declined it. You know,
I
don't have offers on either, but I get the eBay messages or whatever.
Oh, I had to cancel 2 orders this weekend on one on eBay and one I'm not on eBay, one on Macari and one on Poshmark. I sold this stuff like a long time ago.
Why did you cancel?
Because I didn't have them. I had already sold them on eBay, and I didn't take them. I didn't take them down. And it sold instantly. It was an Untucked shirt. you know, Untuckit shirts.
Yeah.
It's sold, and I was like, oh my gosh, do I have that still? I feel like I sold that shirt. So I look, I'm like, oh. And when I looked it up on Mercari, I had like 5 Untuckit shirts sold, and I mean not sold, that were listed, and I had sold them all except for one. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I must have. I don't know what I did. I'm usually pretty good about when I sell something. I go and I take them down off of the site.
That's cross listing because you have it listed on multiple items is why that scares me. Like, are you at least? This is my main question because I don't cross list, but this would be my number one concern. Is like I would priority number one would be eBay. Do you do it that way?
Oh yeah, everything runs through eBay. So I list it on eBay,
what,
and I pull all my orders through eBay too.
okay.
Like so if I sell something, I take it down. So if it sells on Mercari, I take it down. I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I even pull. No, because I didn't sell it on. I was already sold on eBay. Yeah, so if I sell it on like say Mercari, when I pull my orders, I pull it from my unsold on eBay.
Gotcha.
I take it down, so that's how I pull it. I know Mercari doesn't have Mercari's. It's hard to like search. I'll know I listed something on there, and sometimes I'll have to go back to eBay and take my title exactly, and then post it into my listings on Mercari. Like if I just search Ralph Lauren polo, like it won't.
Right.
Their search isn't that good, and it won't
How many
come up.
how many items do you have on Mercari?
Like 600 and something probably.
Wow.
Because I do all it probably something around there. They the over a week now. It might be fixed now. I import all my I cross list using Vendu, and Mercari wouldn't upload anything. Like it kept on telling me I had errors for like over a week. I was getting really irritated with it. But yeah, like over 600, I think. Poshmark's a little bit easier, but it's hard too. But at least on Poshmark, it does have a spot for SKU numbers. But again, just to make it simple, I still just put I just use eBay to make sure I have it.
Just to make sure I'm because I know for a fact if I ever did cross list, eBay would be priority number one, and I would make sure if nothing else that never happened on eBay.
I just don't know how I do. I'm usually pretty. Once in a while, it'll happen to me.
Will you ever do an inventory of any kind?
Well, I started to at the end of this. I was doing it, and then I got sick. Right at the, it was like I did like 4 totes right at the beginning.
Crazy stuff when you do your inventory. You find
I might
heads at the bottom.
It's been so cold. It's been so cold, and I was sick for so long, and it's been cold. It's so cold. It's gonna be in the 50s this week, but I gotta get this room in here right now. It smells because I have shoes in here that I need to wash. I brought them in here. I went to the bins on Saturday, and then
that's probably mine and Joe's fault because you had to rush home with stinky shoes.
Oh, I walked in here. No, this is from before. I'm like, oh god, it smells in here.
And
I wasn't hanging out in here. So
what are those shoe balls? You got to get those shoe balls.
I got to. I have it. Where's my spray? I got some spray. It's like disinfectant. I'll spray some of that on there.
Oh, does the spray on that work? Did you ever fix your Dawn spray and wash thing? Spray?
No. I think I did. It's in the kitchen because I started using it I ran out of dish soap, so I was using it.
That's great.
I was using it washing my dishes.
Yeah, that's what I use when I do the dishes. That's
we're gonna find out this weekend when I'm gonna. I think it's Thursday. I think it's Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. But I think I'm gonna go back to the bins tomorrow, so I can enjoy myself and not be rushed.
You don't have to be rushed to come back.
I'm going to the bins tomorrow too. You should come out here.
I don't know how far that is. I'm not driving that far.
Man,
I don't think I can sit. I don't think I can sit that long.
Is this a low ball offer? I have it listed for $17.99, and I just got a $10 offer on a North Face winter beanie skull cap.
Did you give the bins?
Yeah, I'm gonna accept it.
I was gonna say I'd probably counter something.
No, I'm gonna accept it. I got it at the bins. I don't care.
You don't care?
$10 from some of the bins that weigh less than a pound. I'll take.
I know. That's what I got. These Sony formatted. What are they? Whatever floppy disk. Like,
yeah,
they're not really worth anything. But I remember you talked about these before. I don't know if they were, but I saw Sony and they're brand new. I'm like, oh, and I looked them up. They're like, I think $10, but literally it's gonna be 2 pictures, and they only weigh 8 ounces. So
and the thing is, it will sell. That stuff sells. It will sell. That's a big factor in that. Is that it's gonna sell. It's not gonna sit for a
Probably.
year. You'll
I mean,
sell
it might. You never know.
It might.
It'll probably sell.
It might sit on Mercari for a
I'm
year.
desperate.
On
I'm desperate
eBay.
right now. I'm desperate right now for sales.
I can't
But it's
tell.
not very
Joe
exciting.
keeps freezing.
I got a book. I bought a book today.
Well, what
A
kind of
book?
book?
Was that a
It's
Bible?
No, it's a Dr. Zhivago.
Who's Dr. Zhivago?
I think it's a movie. But this
Is it?
I think it's I don't know if it was missing a slip sleeve. When I listen to people that sell
Wait, a
books,
what?
a slip
A
sleeve.
slip sleeve?
Is it a
What's covered?
dust jacket?
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I
Slip
said slip
sleeve.
sleeve. Yeah, a
Slip
slip sleeve
sleeve.
probably works. You don't think slip sleeves is the
I'm
right word?
gonna look at a dust jacket or there's another name, a slip sleeve, huh? I've just never heard it called a slip
Whatever.
sleeve before. That's why I had to ask.
Well, I'm not a bookseller. I'm desperate right
not
now. I'm
either.
desperate.
Dust jacket.
I prefer to sell shoes and clothing. Well, really, clothing is my forte. And right now, I'm desperate for some sales. We're almost to the point where I'm gonna start scrounging around, looking through game board pieces, start trying to sell that stuff.
Oh, I have all those games I have that I got to look through.
I missed Goodwill sell this last weekend. I did not pay attention.
Was it because of me and Jimmy or
On Saturday? Probably.
okay?
What did we do?
Because I was so upset that you guys just ignored me about the
I
name
didn't ignore
change
you.
idea.
I got proof that I acknowledged you.
The name change idea I had, and I
even said it looks.
I laid
great.
in bed crying. Basically, I was crying.
Hey, just so you know, a slip sleeve is a tool allows for a PTO drive shaft to slip or
I don't even know
flexibly
what that
move
means.
with a given application.
I don't even know what that means.
It has nothing to do with a book.
Whatever. Stop making fun of me.
All right. Sorry, Dan. All right, guys. We'll be back next week on the Pocket Change Podcast plus our sidekick.
No, I quit. I'm done.
Our sidekick Dan and